Did you see George and Laura on Dr. Phil? I love Dr. Phil, but he was a little inappropriate. The questions he asked them about the Bush girls. Dr. Phil goes, are you all spankers? Do you spank the girls? Whoa. Then he says, Janice stuck her tongue out. Did you discipline her for that? Do I see a pattern here? I guess her being spanked and sticking her tongue out. Is that what you're trying to get at, Dr. Phil? All right, I take things that way, maybe. But John Walker Lynn, the American Taliban guy, wants an early release. His lawyer must have been like, come on, John. If you had Johnny Cochran and Dershowitz, maybe they could get you a deal where the other inmates would stop spitting in your food once a week. Because of that one American, we all have to get profiled, even the Americans. I get searched at the airport all the time, and I'm a semi-celebrity. Now, maybe it's because I don't fly under my own name, to be fair. I use a fake name, Cat Stevens. But still. Now you got John Kerry is coming to the debate tonight with that new bronze. He's totally bronzed. You see him? I knew this show was having an effect on the culture. He's trying to look like Rich Voss, all right? Can you imagine that I haven't heard from Voss in the past, week and a half? Interesting. He's probably sitting in his awful Jersey house with his fake tan in front of a fake cardboard background of a tropical beach scene, on the phone with his girlfriend going, Bonnie, did you hear about tough crowd? I bailed just in time. I told Norton to do the last comic stand-up, but he wouldn't listen, and they called me dumb. That's the Boston couch. Oh, brother. Why'd you have to smash up my brownies like that? Stupid. 2 New York City councilmen have introduced a bill that would set a curfew prohibiting anyone under 18 from being out in public in the city without an adult between midnight and 6 a.m. I guess that's for all teenagers. It's for you, your kids. Now listen, what do you guys think of this law?
I think Patrice better go out and lobby against it, or else he's not going to have anybody left to date.
You probably should have said
What is that supposed to mean? Is that a pedophile joke or you know what? That was.
So are we supposed to just start talking? Is that how this?
Yeah.
Just want to
just start talking, but basically try to make it on the subject.
Oh, okay, right.
You like these curfews?
The whole curfew thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that these are kids under 18, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, under 18.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that they should. I think they should be indoors.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think they should. That's my opinion. I'm not allowed to have a business show about opinions.
You are.
Right? We go one at a time, right? That's
no, we don't do that. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't.
We try to cut each other off as best as possible.
Cut each other.
Go ahead, stupid. What are you going to say?
It also depends on
well, we usually don't.
It depends on the kid's background. It depends on what their parents are about. If their parents are like...
They're white or black, you mean?
I can't say that. I got a black man.
No, that's what we do on the show. We do our race a lot.
No, it depends. I think it depends on what they're... No, it's not a white or black
Jesus Christ, hurry up, Pauly. Heroin addict, can you looking it up?
I think it depends.
Maybe you should stay off the streets, you drug addict. Jesus Christ. I think that's if I was made to come in the house early, I got in a lot of trouble. My mother was single parent, man. She worked all this. She was too tired to discipline me, so I was out running the streets, doing goofy stuff. And I should have had a cop make me go in the house, and I'd be off the streets. And some of these kids need somebody to tell them to get the hell off the streets.
I think they're too overprotected.
Because they're who robbing people. 35-year-old people aren't robbing anybody.
Of course, it's when you're young you get into all this trouble.
But Patrice's not talking about. He's not talking about. He's talking about committing crimes, not being overprotected.
Well, the curfew is overprotective to me. I don't understand.
But I think it's an individual situation.
But that's a problem. You can't individual situation for a whole country, for a society.
When she was pregnant with me, and I'm fine. I'm completely
She did what fine? She fell off and you shot out.
She fell off the bar stool? Sitting there on Dorchester Avenue.
She fell off a bar stool when she was pregnant with you, and she got knocked up while she was sitting on one.
What he's saying is...
Here's the problem, all right? We talked about crimes, and look, when I was a kid, the crimes I committed were always because I wasn't in the house. If I was... When I was, look.
Thank you.
No.
Get him.
Let me tell you.
Okay. Don't let him finish. Get him.
You have to. When I was a kid, we would ring people's doorbells and say, you got Prince Albert in a can? And when they said, yeah, we'd go, well, you better let him out.
Sorry. He really saved himself that time. All right, look at this. A Maryland high school is holding its all-white reunion for alumni who attended the school before 1969. the year was desegregated. And apparently there's a problem with it. What a shock. Let's see what this picture is. It's probably, look, the good old days.
Wait, what's the name of this town? A little place called Utopia?
No.
Now, Pauly,
What's racist at your show, man?
let's face it, I told you Peter's charm was wearing off. You didn't believe me.
Sexual, Colin. I think they're afraid of the sexual prowess of the black men.
What is
At
prowess?
70 years old?
I do. I think at 70. I saw these guys breakdancing in Times Square the other day. They had their shirts off, black guys. They were hot. They were all, you couldn't even get a space because all the Midwest ladies were like standing there leering at them like, oh my God, they're hot.
Is there high school reunions with just black people that don't want white people to go?
Thank you.
Also, yeah.
Good one, Pauly.
On Rikers Island.
Can I tell you something? We only black people only complain about this just because we feel like it.
Have you had that before, though?
What's that?
Well, just like a black guy.
We try to keep white people out of everything we do.
So then why can't the white people out?
They always find a way to call the cops, or they always find a way to do something to involve themselves in our fun. Now,
but you gotta
here's
have,
what they do.
You gotta have black people at the white reunion, because once the white girl gets drunk, she's gonna want to hook up with the black guy
That's
anyway.
right.
So.
I totally
Why do people want to go to this corny event? Days without the
This is not the point.
The point is we don't care. We only care.
Exactly.
Because white people, we just say against anything white people are for.
Thank you.
But we don't want to party with, what old black person want to party with them? Young white people are corny.
Yeah.
Imagine those old fuddy-duddies.
Exactly. So why do you have to irritate us with these stupid-ass lawsuits and complaints?
Who wants to party with an old white woman after her uterus falls on the floor because she's trying to dance to 50 Cent?
Exactly. He's right, but will everyone see the other point? We'll be right back. U.S. troops stationed at an air base in Germany will no longer be allowed to visit prostitutes, even though prostitution is legal over there, which I didn't know was legal in Germany. Yeah. The military feels that the soldiers should follow the same laws and morals of our country, America, no matter where they are. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I think you gotta get, if you're over, that's like it's obvious. It's a bonus. You got. Can you say the P word on here on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Well, it's an obvious thing. I think that, everyone's got to get,
You can't.
Vaginal.
Fighting, if you're
Everyone's
out there
got to get vaginal.
and you, right? And you the same thing.
What do you think, Stu?
I
The
think
women
you should
over
do
fighting.
a commercial with Pauly speaking out for it, that we should get. Right?
But what do you think, Sue, as a woman? Do you find this as good for the
Well,
troops?
as a woman, I don't know how I feel about prostitution, but I think if they're in a different country, that they should be able to.
Either way, how are people? You're over there, and if you're an army guy or whatever, and you go start hitting on the army girls, and all of a sudden that's problematic.
That's right.
You can't go get prostitutes. How are you supposed to just jerk off all the time?
Why don't they worry about the soldiers
What are they
with
supposed
like
to do
those
if they want to
missing
get laid?
limbs?
It's ridiculous. Get transferred to Abu Ghraib. If you want to get laid, you should be able to.
I just think it's so funny that everything's about sexual repression instead of like the limbs that are missing on the soldiers and everything. Why
We're
does it have
doing
to be
Germany.
Well, this is after probably after they go out.
Notice how Patrice is being quiet because he knows it's all brothers over there in Germany. That's why half the kids in Germany are half white and black right
What about
now.
the prostitutes here?
I'm not lying. All the German girls in the early 70s, all these brothers came with their smooth raps, schlagen, hogging. Next thing you know, all the kids are white and black. Admit it. That's where Millie and Vanilli came from.
Pimpin' ain't easy. It's worldwide, man.
It's worldwide.
You know what?
They're on a worldwide mission.
And this is not because the black soldiers are getting the bitches to do it for free, and the white soldiers are paying. We know the deal. That's why I ain't talking.
No, those soldiers work really hard.
Prostitution, smostution. It's all the
They should be able to
same.
get a tune-up every
Wait,
once
excuse
in a
me.
while.
That was all very great and street cred except for prostitution, schmostitution. Let me show you prostitution at its worst. Right here. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
She's not a prostitute.
Look at, she's 17. I told you. She's
not 17.
Wow.
Let's move on to the next subject.
You're 42. What's your age?
NRA is supporting a lawsuit by a New Hampshire high school student who was not allowed to pose for his yearbook picture with holding a shotgun.
Wow.
Is that the kid? What a hillbilly.
He's a good-looking kid.
What do you guys think of this?
I don't think anybody should be able to hold props in their pictures. I think everybody should have to get rid of them. The baseball team can't hold the baseballs.
No, I had
baseball bats.
on my prom,
The
I had a
orchestra
big- I
can't
had a
hold the
bomb. I
violins.
had a big bomb.
And the glee can't.
No, you should be allowed to hold a shotgun, but only if you're wearing a trench coat.
Right.
I don't know. We didn't get to have props in high school. The only prop I had was a tissue in my bra. I don't know what.
I mean, this is this guy's hobby, correct? This is what he does.
Yeah, it's what he does. This is what he identifies.
So
with.
let him have it going. It's all good, right?
So.
You got like a white girl behind you.
Look at this photo. He's awful. If they want to show him, they should show him surviving an incest experience. He's horrible.
I got nothing.
Do other kids have other things behind them, or is he the only one?
Yeah, that's the point. It's like if you're on a basketball team, you do have the basketball.
Right.
So this creep wants a shotgun. What's the big
Glee
deal?
Club holds each other's balls.
I think that if everyone's allowed to hold their stuff up there, I think it'd be good. But if he's the only one, and it's like the big picture, and he's got a shotgun. I don't think that makes sense.
That's the wrong message.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think that
And plus, if his school does have a shoot up, they'll know where to go too.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world, dog.
What's the end of the world?
When you're trying to muster up feelings for this, nobody cares. And this is why the rest of the world hates us, because we're trying to really care about it. We don't even care if he kills everybody in the school. That's how we are, and we don't care. We're watching this poor kid. He probably got beat up. And he got abused, and he wants to have this little rifle. He's going to kill somebody someday. And you know what? We're sitting there trying to muster up feelings about it. I don't care. You know what? He probably lives in Utah or somewhere.
New Hampshire, stupid.
White people live there, too. He's just going to kill a bunch of white people, and I'm going to go, oh, wow, that's effed up. That's terrible. I'm going to try to care. I'm going to try to care when somebody asks me, how do you feel about it? I'm going to go, no one cares, Colin. You don't care. He doesn't care. No one cares.
I care.
I care because I think that it's wrong.
Because
He's
you
got a good point.
But I think that
He's talking about the existential vacuum that we live in today's society.
I understand what he's talking about, but I think the important thing here is that people have to keep in mind that guns are dangerous.
It's a skeet gun. It's not even a real gun.
That's the thing. It's not even
balls.
but it's not a real gun. It's a skeet. But what is skeet? I mean, what is?
Well, what about the deeper point that we're getting to, which is the fact that no one cares?
Nobody.
Are you sure it's not just you that feels empty?
Look at your apathetic crowd. Look at these bunch of
They might be apathetic because
look at this guy. No, not because of us. He's one of these guys that looks like entertain me. These guys aren't entertain. Why don't you entertain me, sucker? Why don't you get up? He's just sitting there. These guys don't. This is why it stinks, because he don't care about that kid. We don't.
Well, why should you care about this son of a bitch?
But
I got my own
they
problem.
don't care, and that's
Why
the
should
problem.
they care?
Because they act like they want to care, and then they want us to be the catalyst for their goddamn empathy.
Well, that's what we get paid for, stupid.
No, nobody.
I don't get paid for that.
If we can't be the catalyst to bring some excitement to people's voids, what the f*** are we doing with it?
And we do, but how are we going to bring excitement to people's voids if they don't let us in?
Oh my God, they've lost their mind.
Now wait a minute.
All right,
You've got a good point. Let's talk about it.
But why are you saying that we don't care? I mean, like, people are forgetting that...
Because we're trying to muster up something.
We're trying to get to another level. You're trying to bring us back to some point.
No, don't use that kind of language.
This better be relevant right now to what me and him are talking about.
I think we should care because every life is worth something.
Oh, Jesus.